All right, back here with project 7, which is a spinner. And so here's what we're going to be drawing. Not a ton of craziness to it, but kind of a different technique we haven't really used before with these triangular and circles and all sorts of stuff like that. So I guess in thinking about this, if we look at this, obviously the top view, the top plane is probably going to be the easiest to start and draw this on. So we're going to do that. It's in millimeters, all stuff good to pay attention to. And then, obviously this is probably where we're thinking for the origin. It's right here on that. And so having said that, what we'll do then is create this center hole, circle at 15 diameters. Then it's got another circle in here at 30 diameters, even though it's kind of hard to see. So 15 and 30, origin in the middle, millimeters. And we are heading to Fusion. And I open up my Fusion. My origin is not showing. I'm in the folder I want to be in already. And so let's go ahead and change our document settings to millimeters. Okay. And we're going to save this as project 7 spinner and throw our last name on there. And top view, create a sketch. C on the keyboard for circle. And I believe we said 15. Why does that sound small to me now when I'm thinking about it? Oh yeah, 15 and 30, okay. Take it back here. C on the keyboard again, circle this time, 30, enter. And so there we've got kind of the beginning of this. And now what we have to worry about is these circles on the outside. And so we need a 20 diameter circle and a 30 diameter circle. And what we got to do is kind of figure out where those are. And so what we have is this construction circle that goes all the way around, and that's at 50 diameters. So let's do that first to kind of make this, hopefully make a little bit more sense. And so we're going to draw another circle, and this time we want to toggle on the construction element. Again, concentric to the origin. And we were at 50, I believe, was our diameter there. And so that's this construction line here. And now we're going to start with this one straight below, vertically, in line with the origin. We're going to draw this down here. And so we start with a 20 and then a 30. Alright, so we can get another circle, but this time we want to toggle it back to normal. And we want it right below that, and on that line. And 20. Same thing, repeat what we just did. And 30. And you can see that it's not defined. It's blue still, right? So if I hit escape on my keyboard and I were to try to move this, it can move all the way around. I can take it all the way around the circle if I needed to, okay? And we want that to stay right below our origin. And so what we can do, click off that. We're going to use the horizontal vertical constraint. We'll take that center of that, and this, and now we are totally vertical. It's locked in, it's defined where we want it to be. Hit escape. And what we need to do now is we're going to create, we've done the mirror copying, right, where we've flipped it over a line. Here what we're going to do is we're going to create a copy but kind of around this circle. And so we're going to go up to create, and we want to create a circular pattern. All right, and then you get these options that pop up. So which objects do we want to copy? We want that one and that one. Okay. Now it says the center point. So what are we going to rotate around? That's our origin, obviously. Okay, and right now it went right to 3 automatically. And we could change that. You could do 4, 5, 6, whatever you wanted to do. And obviously for us, 3 was exactly what we needed. You could do this less. You could have 3. Right now it wants to go all the way around the radius, so 360 degrees. You could create a pattern that was still 3 copies, and we could change it to like a partial or a symmetric type of thing. And so maybe the 3 copies went just halfway around, 180 degrees. We would do that by going to partial. We do want to leave it at full, and so we can leave all of that just exactly how it popped up, and we can hit OK on that, and then all of these are what we need. And if we go back now and look at our schematic, we've got all the circles drawn, and it's time to extrude this thing. And they only gave us one view this time, which is a little different, and they gave us some other information down here. So our thickness is 10, so really probably a right side or a front view of this really wouldn't be all that helpful. Just this one little line right here tells us how thick to extrude it. So let's go back in there to do that. And we can hit Finish Sketch. Get our home view, hit E on the keyboard for extrusion. And now we just got to be a little bit careful about what we select here. We do want that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. So we want all of those. We can just leave all those construction lines in there. That's just fine. And we are going to go up 10 millimeters. New body. All that's okay. So there's kind of the beginning of what we have going on here. We got another little typo here, and what I just noticed, and that's kind of why I paused there, was it doesn't tell us the radius of these interior fillets right here. So this right here, it tells us what the edge fillets are, and that's kind of these going around here. Those are at 1 millimeter. But I just checked the video, and it said that these interior fillets here are 5. So there's actually a second edge fillet, and that's at 5 millimeters. And so now that we are here, we're going to make 2 fillets in our solid tools. All right, so we're going to click that. And it wants to know which edges first. We're going to do this one, and this one, and this one. And you can see that it, even without me spinning it around, it tries to guess which edge I'm moving my mouse to. So it's almost like it's got X-ray vision. And you're going to need 6 edges. So when you're all done, you should have 6 edges there. And then in this window, we're going to type 5 millimeters, and we can accept everything else. And so that takes care of that right there. And now what we need to do then is add one more edge fillet, and we're actually going to just drag a window. So I'm using my left mouse button, and I'm dragging all the way across and just selecting absolutely everything. And then we want that to be a 1 millimeter, and you can see then that it kind of figures out what it needs to do to make all this work. So I hit 1. And OK, and then everything is smoothed out the way that we want it to be. And so I'm going to turn my origin off. I'm going to drop the bodies down there. And if you remember correctly, on this one, it wanted it out of plastic. So let's right click on this, and let's go to Physical Material. And I'm going to go into Plastic. And did they have just a normal plastic on here? Can't remember. There it is. We can add plastic, and it kind of defaults to this light gray. Something else that I want to show you guys is, so that's how we change that, but we can also go in here and right click on this, and we can just change the appearance of what we want this to look like. And this doesn't get into changing like the physical volume and mass and stuff like that, but what we can do then is we can just go into Paint, and we could make this shiny, and we can do it absolutely, any of the colors that they have in here. And so I'm going to make mine, what color do I want to make mine? I'm going to make it yellow. So now I've changed the color. And now to turn this in, we go right click again, Properties. And I like to click off of that so that it shows what it is, kind of the natural state. So you can see that our physical material is still plastic. The appearance is what I changed. And I kind of just painted it. And so kind of a neat way to do that. So this is what we want to take a screenshot of. Have your materials up there, your properties up there, excuse me. And that's it for this one. All right, thank you.